Today we're excited to show you the new high-powered LED off-road side mirrors for the Jeep Wrangler JL and Gladiator JT. This is a great functional upgrade for the Jeep, which focuses on peripheral illumination to cover what's missed by the forward lighting. As you can see, these provide a much more integrated look as opposed to most bolt-on light bars and ditch lights, which can often look like an afterthought. The install does require taking apart the mirrors and removing the door panels, but overall this is a very simple, straightforward install. We're going to show you how to do that step by step. Let's get started. So every Jeep comes with a toolkit. This comes with a ratchet and the Torx tool to remove the mirrors. We're gonna loosen these 3 T40s. If for some reason your Jeep didn't come with the toolkit, this is a T40. So we got those 3 T40s out. So we're gonna remove the mirror and then unplug it. So first thing we're gonna do is remove the mirror glass, a nice firm tug. And we're gonna unplug the heating element. Set the glass to the side. Next, you're going to use a panel tool. Just separate the back shell from the mirror assembly. So for power mirrors, the easiest way to get the cable for the Oracle mirror through is to tape it to the existing harness and pull it through. First, we're going to unplug it here. That's going to free up some slack for us. Now we're going to take the end of the Oracle cable, a little bit of electrical tape. Now we're going to tape the end of this plug as close to the mirror as we can on the existing harness. Now with that done, we're going to grab the plug and we're just going to pull this through. Now take your time. You don't want to pull the cable out of the tape. You also want to make sure that you don't pull this all the way through, because then you won't be able to get it back. Now with the cable through, we're going to untape it. Now we're going to finish pulling that cable through. And now we also want to make sure that we pull the power mirror harness back through. That way we can plug it back in when we're finished. I'll put that to the side. Now we're going to run our harness back through and plug it back in. Plug the mirror power plug back in. The space is a little tight, so you might need to maneuver it for a second. You can also use the same flathead you used to take it out, just to kind of get it in place. We got that plugged in. Now we're going to snap the Oracle mirror module into place. Make sure we're pulling that cable. So with the mirror snapped in place, we're going to install our 6 included Phillips screws. Now we're going to reinstall the mirror glass. First we're going to plug our heating element back in. And we're just going to go ahead and pop this into place. Before we install the mirror, we need to remove the door panel so we can run the harness through. We're going to remove this panel. So now with that cover off, we have 3 T30s we need to take off. Now we're going to switch to a T20 for the 2 bottom screws. So next we're going to get our fingers in here and we're going to give a couple of nice firm tugs. Now we're going to lift up. So we're going to unplug the door harness. We're going to release the lock cable. Next, we're going to take our pliers and we're going to release the clips for the door handle. We're going to push these in, pull it through. Now we can take our door panel, put it offside. Next, we're going to pull out the grommet for the mirror harness. We're going to cut a small slit in the grommet so we can pull the mirror cable through. So the easiest way to get the cable through the door is to use a fish tape or a fish rod. We're going to run that through here and straight out. You want to make sure that you're going behind the window track, otherwise the cable is going to block the window. So we're going to tape our cable to the fish tape. We're going to pull our fish tape with the cable back through the door. I'd like to point out too that if you don't have access to a fish tape, you can use a coat hanger or you can use a zip tie. You can make this work with things you might have laying around. We're gonna go ahead and plug our harness back in. All right, so we're gonna plug the mirror harness back in. We're gonna push that into place. Now we're gonna reinstall the mirror. We're gonna put our T40s back in. We'll do these finger tight first, then we'll get in there with the tool. So with the mirror installed, we're gonna run our cable through the grommet. We're gonna put our grommet back in. So we're gonna run our cable down with the door harness, and we're gonna get one zip tie right here just to make sure that this stays in place, doesn't block the clips when we put the door panel back on. So now we need to get the cable into the truck. First, we're gonna remove this panel. We're gonna unplug our door harness. Now, if you've ever removed your doors on the Jeep, you're familiar with what I'm doing here. So we need to cut away some of this tape so we can get our cable through. Just need to be careful here not to nick any wires. We're gonna get our fish tape back out. And again, if you have a long zip tie or a coat hanger, you can use that as well. We're gonna feed our fish tape through the plug end of this fabric loom, right until it comes out of the other end, just like this. Once again, we're gonna tape the end of our cable to the end of our fish tape. Now we're just gonna pull our fish tape with the cable back through. All right, now we're gonna get the fabric loop back on the hook. We're gonna plug our door harness back in. So we're gonna take our extension cable and we're gonna plug that in. Now we need to run this cable under the dash through to the other side. So to get us some better access to the other side, we're going to just pull the carpet down here. So we're just gonna pull this clip. We're gonna grab our fish tape again. Yeah. We're gonna pull the carpet down, same on the other side. So we're gonna push our fish tape through. We're gonna tape the cable end to the fish tape one more time. So we're gonna get a zip tie on this cable just here to the factory harness, just to keep it from sagging. We're gonna put our cover back on. Make sure that all snaps back into place. We're gonna tuck our carpet back in. Now that we have the cable ran, we have a quick disconnect here. Just in case you wanna pull the doors off, all you have to do is make sure that this plug is also unplugged when you unplug the door harness. Now we're gonna put the door panel back on in reverse order than when we took it off. Gonna clip our door harness back in, lock it. We're going to put our door cable back, clip that into place. And we're gonna take our lock cable, we're gonna put that back into place. Make sure that that clips in. We're gonna put our door panel back into place, make sure that slides down. We wanna make sure that all of our push clips are lined up. Give a few firm knocks just to get this all clipped back into place. We're gonna put our two T20s back in the bottom. We're gonna do the one door handle. Now that we have the cables ran for our mirrors, we're gonna wire them to a separate toggle switch. If you're interested in knowing how to do that, check the link in our description below for a video. If your Jeep is factory equipped with the auxiliary switches, you can also wire the mirrors to those. The wires are located directly behind the passenger side kick panel. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out oraclelights.com, hit up our social, and call 1-800-407-5776 for any other questions.